This video is brought to you by PowerPerformanceProducts.com. Get $15 off when you mention MMA interviews now.
What's up, guys? Spencer Lazar here. We're at the MMA Interviews Charity Volleyball Tournament on behalf of my good friend Tyler Ransom. We're raising some money for the Neff Cure Foundation. Mr. Lorenz, the Monsoon Larkin, has been nice enough to drive out. He fights next week. Your UFC debut, UFC on Fox against Francis Carmont up there in San Jose. Nice to be only California. Get you just a short plane ride up.
Yeah, man. It's right in the backyard. It's an hour flight, so smooth sailing. Even though I don't like planes.
I know you've had quite the camp for this camp. You've been working at Millennia as well as with Bisbing. You guys even went down to Alliance, got some working with those guys. Talk about your camp and your preparation.
Camp's been going good. Just working hard. I got all the right coaches. I got the right team behind me. Got the right management behind me.
Is it at all surreal to you? Do you ever sit back and be like, wow, like I'm here. I'm in the UFC. Here's my debut, and you've come a long way, and you're at the top. You're signed with Affliction. You just signed with your new management, everything else. Yeah,
man. It's like everything is just falling right into place. You know what I mean? And I couldn't ask for anything better. You know what I mean? I guess just being patient and keep perfecting your craft and keep doing what you're supposed to do, and these things will come. You know what I mean? So I'm just blessed, man. Everything's going just how I would want it to. So
talk about the matchup with Carmont. Seems like a stand-up fighter, kind of like yourself. Does that give you extra confidence knowing that it's kind of your wheelhouse, probably, that this fight is going to stay in?
Yeah, you know, to me, he's a striker, you know, that went over to GSP's camp and to work his ground and his wrestling and all those type of aspects in his game. And you know, it's gonna be a good fight because I've been working on the same thing. You know what I mean? And just how I've been evolving in my career, you know, I can see my game progressing and getting better and better and better every time I get in the octagon. So, you know, I'm just anxious. I'm so anxious and ready to get in there and get this fight over with and just feel at home in the UFC. You know, it's gonna be my new home now, so I'm not gonna mess up my new home. You know what I mean? I'm keeping prestige. You've got
a little bigger space now to operate in the octagon. It's a little bigger of a cage there. Do you think about that at all, as well as using your movement in there?
Yeah, you know, that cage is, man. The cage is big, man. It's probably bigger than my room right now in my apartment. No, but yeah, man. It's just everything is just great, man. It's like, that's why I always say this. It's like everybody that fights, this is their dream. You know what I mean? Is to, one, be in the UFC because it is the top of the food chain, and second, you know, to be the champion in their weight class. So, you know, it's one of those things where I completed one of my dreams. You know what I mean? As far as this fighting goes, so it's surreal, man.
Well, I guess talk about anybody else you want to thank and whatnot, you know, going forward. Obviously, you're leaving Tuesday, heading up north for the fight.
Yeah, I want to give thanks to everybody, man. Everybody out in Riverside, all SoCal, man. Everybody who supports me. My management company, Paradigm Sports Agency. All my training partners, Millennium MMA. My sponsors, Ion Me, Affliction, IBOC. Who else? Gator Raps, man. Sorry if I'm not thinking about it right now, but everybody who supports me, man, has just been showing me love.
Lorenz has always been such a humble guy, man. I'm so excited to see him get in the UFC. Thanks for coming out here, though, man. Today we're supporting charity. You know, Lorenz has a fight next weekend. Still drove out just for the day to hang out with us, man. And that's what I say about you being a humble guy and just keeping it real. Yeah, you know, I always want to keep it real. You know, my worst fear is to get in the UFC and become, you know, one of those guys like Anthony Nicojawani and you know, just go crazy. You know what I mean? That's like my worst fear. I would never want that on me. You know, it's cool to be fighting on the same card as such a stud like that guy, though. I mean, how crazy is that? Yeah, you know, it's just one of those Las Vegas local MMA UFC guys, you know? I mean, you could just tell how he's dressed if you want to pan the camera to your right real fast. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of those crazy things. I just want to stay humble. I never want to get like that, you know, and but you do want to get the swag like that. I think there's a such thing as too much swag.
an individual can have too much swag, and I think that's kind of embodies Anthony Joannou. You see his stance right now; it just exudes cockiness, and you know, I'm not that guy. I'm more humble, low key. You know,
looking forward to seeing both of you guys do your thing, show off your striking skills there at UFC on Fox next weekend in San Jose. This man, Lorenz Larkin, follow him on Twitter, DA_Monsoon, the Monsoon. I'm Spencer Lazara at Spencer Lazara at MMA Interviews. Follow us, check us out, and come out to our next event, man. We're doing big things out here. We could use the support. Tyler Ransom, we love you, baby. Men to My Wear, Power Performance Products, we out.